on SNN World International, this is World News, with I'm a Shadow at the SNN Center.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in tonight to World News on SNN. As we have been reporting, Rama's army has been battling the demon hordes of Ravana for some time now on the island of Lanka. The casualties thus far have been high. Rama's forces have fought bravely but have had trouble dealing with the insurgents' demon magic. After a major setback, Rama returned to the battlefield today with confidence. We have breaking news now that Rama's forces have indeed won the war and brought an end to the long, bloody battle between the Prince Rama and the demon Ravana. We are going to take you there live, right now. SNN reporter Yumi Kim has been traveling with Rama's army and she joins us now from the battlefield. Hello, Yumi, can you hear me? What's happening right now?
Yes, I can hear you. The battle was bloody, but it's now over. Rama's forces have emerged victorious. We're joined now by Hanuman, a general in Sugri's army and perhaps one of the main factors in Rama's success. Hanuman, tell us what happened here today.
Well, since we arrived on the island of Lanka, the battle has been raging. The monkey army, along with the bears and the rest of Rama's forces, have fought bravely, but the demon army delivered many blows to our forces, attacking us with all manner of weapons and trickery. Finally, today, Sri Rama killed the demon king Ravana, piercing his heart with an arrow. The war of Lanka is over, and it shall be retold to teach and learn from.
During the battle, were you worried at any point you would not succeed?
Like I said, it has been a difficult battle with many challenges. I had never doubted Rama's victory, but there were many times when the monkey army became confused and the battle seemed lost.
What about the mountain? Why did you bring that to the battlefield?
That was very hard. During the battle, Ravana finally came out to fight. Lakshmana took him on, and though he fought bravely, he was fatally wounded by the demon king's magic spear. I rescued Lakshmana and brought him back to Rama. The pundit said that if I didn't find a herb to heal him before morning, then Lakshmana would surely die. The herb that Lakshmana needed only grows in one of the mountain ranges of the Himalayas, and someone had to fetch it before daybreak. I flew immediately at the speed of wind, but I could not find the herb. The only choice I had was to bring back the whole mountain. I brought it to the battlefield, and the herbs were harvested and applied to Lakshmana's wounds. Had we lost him, I don't know if Sri Rama would have had the heart to continue this battle.
What was the deciding factor in the battle?
The battle was written in destiny, determined long before it began. It is karma.
Take us back for a moment. What is this all about? Why are you fighting in the first place?
Like I said, it is karma. It is events from the past, present, and future which determine our destiny. I am the son of the god of wind. My teacher is the sun. My lord is Rama, who is the incarnation of Krishna. We fight Ravana because we must. It is our karma. But this is not the answer you seek, I know. In your shadow form, you will understand time is linear. So let me give you the short story, as it will be told. We fight because Ravana, the demon king, captured Rama's wife, Sita. He is destructive and arrogant, and he used his powers for unjust causes. We had to stop him.
Did you ever try and reason with Ravana or resolve this issue peacefully?
It is in my nature to try and reason, to approach every situation with diplomacy, not aggression. Ravana would not hear of this, condemning me for what he thought was my weakness. He set my tail on fire, which gave me my answer. Through the divine powers of Lord Krishna, I transmuted my body so that I could escape the grips of death.
But at that time, you had opportunity to just grab Sita and fly away. You would have avoided the whole war. There would never have been all these death and destruction. Why didn't you?
I knew that Ravana would bring this war to us if we did not take it to him. We must always defend what is right, what is just, what is our destiny.
There you have it. Hanuman, we appreciate your time. I can report now that the Battle of Ramayana is finally over. This is Yumi Kim reporting live for SNN. Back to you, Ima.
Thanks, Yumi. Well, as you can see, the war is over. Rama's troops are withdrawing from the island of Lanka, and presumably he will return to Kosala to be crowned. This has been a heartbreaking story to follow, full of death and destruction. To understand this situation a bit more, we are joined now by an expert on political affairs and security, Dr. James Busumtwi-Sam. Hello, sir. Let's start with the basics here. Wars are fought for many different reasons. What do you think is the underlying reason for war within society?
Well, Emma, that's a very good question. I'm not too sure there's a very easy answer, but I'll do my best. There's a famous quotation by a German scholar that war is the ultimate expression of politics. And this says wars are fought because of disagreements over how power is to be used in society. The simplest explanation I can say is that war occurs when there are disagreements over values, what people desire, about resources, how resources are to be distributed, and there are no ways to resolve those disagreements, then people resort to arms as the best way of resolving those problems.
History is full of villains. Is evil the basis of villainy?
Well, there are various explanations, and some of the most well-known do try to locate the sources of war in some aspect of human nature. People like Freud and a number of others have tried to look, for example, people like Hitler, there are certain personality types, personality types that lend themselves, to war. And historically, there's also been questions about just war, when war can be fought for good reasons. For example, historically, wars have been fought, supposedly just wars, to protect the weak. So when a population is being exploited, then it's a just war. Is just to use war to protect that population.
Is there a formula for peace? Can we avoid war?
Well, let's put it this way. Personally, I do not think that war is innate in human nature. Okay? Yes, we can talk about individual aggression, but war is different. War is organized group violence. It's one thing to talk about an individual acting aggressively, but for war to occur, you need two groups. Two relatively cohesive groups which are fighting. So war is a human invention. And anything that is a human invention can be, reinvented. So in this sense, I do believe war, so the key to me in avoiding war is to find mechanisms to resolve disputes peacefully. And this is what the United Nations and so on have been trying to do. So that's my sense that war can be overcome.
Are there any instances when war is the right answer?
Well, the contemporary debate, historically, it was about protecting the weak. In the contemporary period, the UN and others are talking about humanitarian intervention. So when a population is being penalized or being repressed, being killed by their rulers, for example, what is going on in Sudan right now, in Darfur, many people call that a genocide. In such a case, people argue it is perfectly good, for other states to use, to go to war to protect those populations. So the idea of humanitarian intervention, when you use force to protect human rights, is widely seen as possibly a just war.